Are you a working parent or busy professional who feels like work-life balance is just another thing on your to-do list? I mean, come on. You're supposed to hydrate, meditate, meal prep, all while crushing deadlines and answering text messages to this one.
It's way too much, especially my text. So today we are breaking it down. How do you actually make space for wellness without making your life even more stressful and more complicated?
I don't know.
Well, I'll try.
Yeah. Well, today we're going to dive into how to manage your time in a way that supports your mental health, your goals, and hopefully your energy levels. And if you're new here, full transparency, Claude and I are not perfect either.
Especially me.
I think both of us. Claude even said in a recent episode that she's a work in progress, and honestly, so am I.
Yeah. I'm still trying to figure out because I don't find a time to be able to do all that, to work out. I know I need it, and then I feel guilty. Jess, on the contrary, she's always recalibrating, checking in on her balance and, what's working at home, at work. I'm still a work in progress.
I mean, I have to recalibrate, so I am too. But that's the point. We share back and forth, and we try and figure out ways to better balance and help what we can do to keep moving that target forward. So we already chatted about how today is going to be about work-life balance, and we just want to be fully transparent and admit balance doesn't mean equal time, right?
No.
I mean, from my perspective, there's absolutely no way we can do it all equally. And some weeks are going to have one balance a little bit more, say, towards work, some with your home life, maybe some with your podcasting, some with the combination.
This one is always there. So think rhythms, right? Not rigid routines. You need to be really open. So what do you need more right now? Or at that moment? Is it rest? Is it movement? Is it connection? Is it you have a deadline, you still have to do it? So that is the first thing you have to understand. What do you need at this moment?
Totally. So in essence, what you're saying is start by tracking things, right? What is it that you're trying to get done in a week, and really kind of label out those categories. I think what we've just described is we're kind of labeling ours around work, family, our podcasting. For you, friendships, for you, it could just be personal and total. Some of it's admin related, right? Like you just have to get your finances order and pay your bills. Some of it's health related because we can't forget to go to the doctor. And then how do you then take all of that and really understand where is the right time and how do you efficiently get things done?
So first, what we should be doing is really identify the wellness gap. So where are you skipping meals, pushing through, or losing sleep? That's your body way of waving a red flag.
For sure, right? I feel like you
and all above.
You called me out on that just earlier today when
Jess doesn't sleep.
Recognize that I was sending emails too late at night or too early in the morning, depending on how you look at it. So ask what part of your wellness is non-negotiable. Sleep, I know it is, but for me it hasn't been recently.
For you it's sleep. For me, movement.
Okay, all right. You know me, I tend to prioritize movement over sleep. But for some people, it may be alone time. Yeah. Some people it may be connecting
I
with...
like that, alone time too.
Sometimes it's connections. Yeah. So while we call it podcasting, technically, to your point, it's friendship time.
Exactly. Yeah.
But the ultimate goal would be at least pick one that you want to start. At least, right? At least, that was the key critical word in that conversation. At least. Yeah. Pick one to protect. But there could be multiple that you want to protect and keep those as the things that you really want to aspire to work on.
Yeah.
So how are we going to do that, Claude? Let's talk about some strategies that we've thought about. Again, these are just some ideas, some thought starters that we're thinking might help with it. Some of them are things that we do personally, and some of it are things that we've researched to figure out.
And we're going to try to do.
And we're going to try to do, because as we mentioned in the beginning, we're working in progress.
We keep it real, people. Yes. Keep it real.
We're not going to lie to you. We still have to work on this a lot too.
I still prefer to sleep and wake up at 7 a.m. working out at 5 a.m. and work out.
I prefer to get stuff done.
What is the thing? Saying, each their own.
To each their own. To each their own.
To each their own.
All right, so back to the strategies. We're just going to give you a couple of them. The first one that I do a lot is time blocking. And as I mentioned, for me, especially, movement has been a bit of a gap in my calendar. And so I've brought it back again. And I tend to create a forced approach to get that done. So I usually sign up for half marathons. And that's my way of doing it so that I have to prep for it.
It's not going from 0 to 100. It's like
it wasn't
you do nothing.
It wasn't a full marathon. It's a half marathon.
Yeah, you do nothing or you do a half marathon.
Well, no, I just stopped running routinely. So now I want to get myself back into that. And for those that do run half marathons or train for any type of event, you do know that usually there's like a ramp up schedule. And that's what creating...
You put yourself again on the...
Yeah,
for when? For the Brooklyn?
No, Staten Island. It's in October. That's why. So now I have a set. You're not going to because you refuse to go to Staten Island.
Nothing to do against Staten Island. It's far.
It's not that far. There's a ferry for free. They'll take you there. All right. Well, guys, let's vote and tell everybody if you think Claude
should I go or not?
Claude should go and cheer me on. Who wants to see another picture of me sweaty and horrible? Anyway, going back to another strategy is putting time blocks, right?
Yeah.
So for me, as I mentioned, this is a ramp up. So I started this week with 2, 3, 5 miles. And so I block those out. Some people can do that from a more simplistic, shorter time period. Say you're somebody who likes to walk or forgets to take their lunches. So block 15 minutes out for those things.
Mm-hmm.
At least. Again, we're giving you bare minimum, but it's always good to aspire for more. So you could block 30 minutes out in your day. Another one that we had talked about too is if you feel really, really stressed throughout the day, block out that 15 minutes just for deep breathing or to go step outside.
Or to just go and scream in a room. That would work well.
Hopefully you've got a pillow handy. So ways to make sure you do that. In addition to setting those time blocks on your calendar, set alerts.
Yeah.
And if anyone has been around my phone after my daughter has played around with it, I have the most obnoxious alert noise. So it definitely gets me up in the morning to do those runs or to do whatever I need to do. And then I treat it like it's a meeting, like as if I'm going to a work meeting and I have to do it.
Okay. Well, then there's the 3S rule: short, simple, and scheduled. Again, go back to what Jess was saying. Schedule is important. Simple is important. Think 5 minutes of stretching, right? 5 minutes of something. Can be stretching, can be drinking water before coffee. We learned from Kate in a previous episode. Even having a little routine for the bedtime. So this is something that is good and it's going to trigger a habit. Again, work in progress. I'm trying to do it every week. It happens that usually it's on the weekend, but at least it's in my mind. And hopefully by scheduling, I'm going to do it.
Short, simple, scheduled. I love it. 3S rule.
Sweaty.
That's only 5 minutes. You can handle it. All right. So the third one that we wanted to share with you is the boundary buddies. We have had a lot of episodes around boundaries, setting them, the importance. We most certainly will have even more episodes just focused on boundaries because it is something that to me is mission critical that everybody figures out the best approach to really set them for yourself. So there's ways you can leverage your work bestie or even your partner or another best friend or any other friend. I mean, some people do this with gym friends as well, right? So you want to have that one person that you can check in with, that they're there to help you remember to do the activity that you're trying to do or to remind you to block the time. Have that person be kind of your accountability.
Remember at one point when I had started again the Peloton, which face it right now is a hang clothes on. I was sending you pictures when I was done, so it was.
Or you were sending them while you were actually walking on the treadmill. You were doing amazing.
So let's go back, people.
All right, we'll go back to that. So speaking of, remember when I did this, but now I don't. Let's talk about what can get in the way.
I can give you a whole list, laundry list on that one. The first one, guilt. You know, you have a deadline, you have to do something. you're feeling guilty that you're taking care of yourself, or you have your kids, right? That they want to play, they want to go and see so and so or whatever, and you want to be there. So you feel guilty for taking some, time alone,
yourself.
which is not good. Another one also that is a big trigger of me, people pleasing, which goes back again, taking care of the kids, blah, blah, blah. And then being perfect. So that are balance killers.
For sure. But keep in mind, and we've had other individuals say this, you're allowed to put on your oxygen mask first.
Yeah.
So protect your peace and don't feel like you have to sit there and explain. Don't feel like you have to overcompensate for why you're the one that's trying to choose to better yourself. Because at the end of the day, when you better yourself, better representation others. For everybody else too, totally. Right? You come in more prepared. You come in. I even noticed it too with me. And again, it's only been a week. I'm back to my routine of running. I have a little more patience with my own daughter when I'm back to the consistency of running. So, real life hacks. What are some things we should or could recommend to
So for
people?
me is should, because I'm not there. So, but I'm going to start this week. Maybe doing a recurring Claude hour on my calendar, even though the only calendar I have is work calendar. So I'll have to figure out somewhere which calendar to use. No calls.
You can still use your work one.
Yeah. But not taking any calls, not sleeping, not staying lazing out on the couch. Just doing, like, for me would be to be wellness, would be doing a bit more sport, because I'm already on month 6, almost 7 of cigarette free, nicotine free. So I still have that. But with that, I need to exercise. So it's really just think about putting some personal time on your calendar.
Right. And for you, it doesn't necessarily have to be like high intensity exercise. You could just go for a walk.
Well, I've been doing walk on the treadmill.
Yeah. Or go during lunch or whatever. You could.
Okay, boundary.
All right, boundary. She refuses, guys. Look at that. She said no.
Yes, no. My boundaries keep working during lunchtime.
I don't work. I will not walk during lunch. We know where the boundaries are set. Okay, so my hack that I came up with is I do things a little backwards. I know most people set their plan for the week and it's around what they have from a work schedule.
Yeah.
Maybe even what they have for their kids' schedule. I tend to do mine a little backwards. I do where am I planning to do my self-care blocks, which for me right now is the running. So I block those first and then I work around usually childcare.
Oh, what you have to do?
Yeah, childcare, and then the rest of my
that's not bad. So you put your oxygen mask first.
I do put my oxygen mask first. Thank you, Heather. Call back to another episode. So yes, not really anything radical, nothing like groundbreaking, but I will say it is effective and it's helped me. And you probably see from time to time I move work meetings around too, because I do feel like my self-care to me is mission critical. So guys, this was a nice short, sweet episode. Just like work-life balance should be.
And you guys.
Yeah, so I think what we would love to say to all of you is share with us what you guys are doing. Yeah. We love hearing from you all. Inspire us. We can share with the Work Bestie community. And for those that are in need of trying to figure out a better work-life balance, there is no perfect time, so do it now. The whole point of our season 2 is around wellness, and honestly, there is nothing more important than to prioritize your well-being. It is something that you need to do to maintain yourself and have a happier, healthier life.
And come on the journey with us, right?
Right. Yeah.
But again, small moments add up. You know, it doesn't have to be a half marathon. It can be 20 minutes on a treadmill, whatever. To each their own, right? So one walk, one pause, some boundary time. Again, it's not all about exercise. It's also making sure that I have my 8 hours of sleep. Everybody has their own limit and what they need. And the first thing is really identifying that first.
For sure. So we believe in a version of work-life balance that actually includes you. Yeah. You are the important one. And nothing can celebrate the birthday of the United States in our 4th of July year more so than celebrating you.
So tag your work bestie and tell us, what's one small change you're making this week
to put wellness on the schedule. We did it. Remember, we used to try and say
we did it this
our
time.
clip at the end. All right, everyone. And if this has helped you, please share it with your friends. It really means the world to us when you do that. And leave us a review. We love hearing from you all. That isn't a joke. We really like the more we learn from you, the better we are, and the more we help you.
We love
as
feedbacks.
Well. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and especially over in our YouTube channel. We've been doing some kind of unique things over there, and we'd love for you guys to see and share and see even more behind the scenes and more individual clips that we don't always include in the master. So,
and it's also on TikTok, right?
We have some unique things on TikTok and some on YouTube. There's a little bit different on each, but both have things that you will not see on our main channel and or on Instagram. So definitely go there.
Instagram is still good. So go now and subscribe. Your future balance self will thank you.
Remember, whether you're swapping snacks in the break room, rescuing each other from endless meetings, or just sending that perfectly timed meme, having a work bestie is like having your own personal hype squad.
So keep lifting each other up, laughing through the chaos, and of course, thriving. Until next time, stay positive, stay productive, and don't forget to keep supporting each other.